Everyone, Shawn here, and welcome back to another episode of our AEW Universe Mode. We are here with AEW's Dynamite. It's going to be a cracking show for you tonight, including a massive main event, as Brodie Lee goes one-on-one against Lance Archer. Okay, no entrances, don't know why that's happened. Either way, we have got MJF going one-on-one against Jungle Boy. Why is there no entrances? Well, that's annoying. So MJF with Wardlow on the outside going one-on-one here against Jungle Boy. It's going to be an interesting match, this one. I think it's the first time I've seen Jungle Boy in quite some time, actually. Jungle Boy is currently sat on -1, is he? I've got a feeling he's -1, but I can't see him anywhere. No, Jungle Boy's sat at 0. MJF currently sat at +1 after some recent matches, but mainly in the tag team division. Singles-wise for MJF, it's not been fantastic recently. The introduction of Wardlow and EC3 has really helped him out in stepping up to the next level. A stiff right hand, and it's Jungle Boy doing really well here, but MJF fighting back. Right to the eyes. Like I say, some cracking matches tonight. That big main event of the evening. Brodie Lee versus Lance Archer in the TNT Championship Tournament. We're also going to see Shawn, Spears and Cody teaming together to take on the team of Dustin, Rhodes and QT Marshall. And squeezed in the middle of this big show is going to be a triple threat match where Angelico takes on Scorpio Sky and Rey Fenix in a triple threat. That's going to be a great match as well, actually. A really interesting match. MJF now up on the top, stalking the grounded Jungle Boy. Nice. Hurricanrana takedown there by MJF. Not very often you see him go high risk like that, to be honest. It was a cracking maneuver. MJF with the elbow to the top of the head of Jungle Boy, and MJF is in control of this match. He would love a win here. He could do with moving up the rankings. To say, everybody now in this universe mode has suffered a defeat apart from Pac. He's the only undefeated man in this universe mode. And of course he is the AEW champion. He will be defending that belt at our next pay-per-view, which will be, I think it's Double or Nothing, is it? It is Double or Nothing, where we'll also crown our first Cruiserweight champion as well at Double or Nothing. Of course, we've got this week Dynamite Dark, and then we'll have our little house showy sort of one, which will be Fight for the Fallen this month. That should be interesting as MJF picks up the win. Wow, that was quicker than expected there. I've been told that a few times. But great win there for MJF. He picks up the extra ranking point as Jungle Boy takes himself down into the minuses now. But MJF is having a think about this. Oh, this is not going well. MJF just crashing down on the grounded. Oh, wow. Jungle Boy raining down the pain. Okay, well, that's... And here we go then, triple threat match is underway. Now remember, of course, in the triple threat match, there is 2 points up for grabs for the winner and -1 for both of the losers. So at the moment, Angelico sits very high in the rankings on a +4. Fenix is sat at 0. And Scorpio Sky is sat, I believe, at -1. Yes, he is. So, really, it's everything to gain for both Fenix and Scorpio Sky. And Angelico is, he's interesting how high he is. Of course, that is a combination of doing really well in the Tag Team Championship Tournament, getting through to the finals, but also that little battle royal at the beginning of All In, where he eliminated quite a lot of people. I think he eliminated 4 in that match, which really pushed him to the upper end of the rankings. But of course, because of that, it means he has to have a lot more of these big, more difficult matches now, because he's high in the rankings. That's how it works. If you're high in the rankings, you have to fight against people high in the rankings. Now, all three of these guys are potentially ones we could look at to become our first Cruiserweight champion, which would be pretty interesting. I would like to see that. I mean, they're all fantastic wrestlers. I'm just actually putting Angelico in that match now. Then again, there's a possibility that Angelico could get himself into the Tag Team Championship picture as well. We're going to be having a couple of really big tag team matches at Fight for the Fallen. We're going to have 2 Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team matches, which are really going to bring 2 tag teams to the upper end of the rankings, which is going to be very interesting. And those 2 tag teams will probably face each other for a place to fight it out for the Tag Team Championship #1 contenderships. There's going to be a lot of very interesting matches at Fight for the Fallen, to be honest. There are some fantastic matches on there. And of course, you'll find out that later on in the week. We've still got an episode of Dark to squeeze in before this and that. As Angelico going underneath the ring, of course. Remember that triple threat matches are no disqualification. Not that he's had a chance to use that weapon as Scorpio Sky takes him up and drops him in suplex. Scorpio now, Angelico able to break free, slide out the back. Fenix now into the tornado head scissors takedown on Angelico. Brings him back up to his feet, but Angelico tripping Fenix down. Oh, a nice bicycle kick. Angelico now heading up to the top. Nice senton bomb on Scorpio Sky. I mean, it was a bit flat. Might have hurt his own back in the process, but nice head scissors takedown by Fenix on Angelico as well. Now Fenix dropping onto the pin on Scorpio Sky. 2. Oh, almost stole it there. Almost stole it. That would have been interesting. Nice takedown once again. We're just amending one of the matches at Fight for Fallen slightly, just to balance it a little bit. Scorpio Sky here with a pin. Oh my god, that was close to the 3. That was so close to the 3. Nice takedown by Scorpio Sky on Angelico. Now up on the shoulders. Spins him into the cutter. Scorpio Sky's looking amazing here. Going in for the pin once again. 1, 2, and 3. Scorpio Sky's got it. Wow. That was a really quick match as well. I wasn't expecting that to be so quick. But Angelico picks up the loss. That brings him down the rankings slightly. Fenix picks up a loss, which puts him back in the minuses, which is not great for him. But Scorpio Sky picks up his first victory in this universe mode, and it puts him up onto +1. So it really is going to be a hell of a movement there for Scorpio Sky. Exactly where he would want to be. But Fenix will be disappointed. He has a big match coming up, though, at Fight for the Fallen as well. But yeah. Good bit of work there, actually, by Scorpio Sky. Great win in this triple threat as well, like I say. And that has dropped Angelico down a little bit. He's now on +3 alongside Pentagon. But of course, there's a lot of big matches to come, and he will be involved in that big tag team match at Fight for the Fallen as well, which is not going to be easy to win. And here we go then, tag team action. We have got Cody and Shawn Spears. Of course, they tagged together for the first time over on Dark last week in a victory against El Jobbers, El Bocho and El Mago. They did make a hell of a sort of, what's the word? A meal out of that match. I must admit. It should have been a hell of a lot easier what they made it. But now they've got the one that they probably would have wanted. Dustin and QT Marshall, the Natural Nightmares. Currently, where are they anyway? So, Cody is on the plus side of the rankings on a +2. Shawn Spears is on -1. QT Marshall on -2 ranking points at the moment. and Dustin Rhodes on -1 as well. So I'm sure, obviously, Cody and Spears would love to push themselves further up the rankings, while also bringing the likes of Dustin and QT down a bit further, and just sort of bring this feud to a bit of an end, because Cody will be involved on Dark this week in the final TNT Championship Tournament first round match. He'll be facing off against Kenny Omega one-on-one. That's going to be an insane match. And if you look at these two teams in the rankings, the Natural Nightmares currently sat on 0 points. It's the first time the Natural Nightmares are actually tagging together as a team in this universe mode. And we currently have Cody and Shawn Spears sat at +1 thanks to their victory over the Jobbers on Dark. Nice flatliner there by Cody on QT Marshall. Dustin in control of Shawn Spears at this point in time though. Cody dropping the knees across the chest of QT now into that cutter. I mean, we have seen Brandon Cutler and QT Marshall tag together once. I sort of want to make that a trio, you know. I think Dustin, QT Marshall, and Brandon Cutler. I think that would be a good trio, you know. Of course, currently the tag team champions are best friends. And the Lucha Brothers are also joint top of the rankings with 2 wins out of 2. But the problem with the Lucha Brothers is, at the moment, is that they're all pushing singles. Of course, Pentagon is the current hardcore champion. We have got Pac as the current, if you look at Death Triangle, that is. Pac is the current AEW champion. And Fenix looking like he's going to try and interject himself into the Cruiserweight Championship picture as well. That's going to be a cracking championship, that Cruiserweight Championship. Like I said, there's a lot of options that we could really go for there. And we will do in the long run. We'll have a few tournaments and stuff like that. We'll do like a best of the Super Juniors massive knockout tournament or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Shawn Spears with the elbow in the face. Ooh. Of QT Marshall. Now Marshall throwing Spears into the corner. And to be honest, the Natural Nightmares are doing pretty well here. I feel like, of course, the team of Cody and Spears is the strongest option. However, they don't have a lot of experience together. We saw how much of a meal they made of El Jobbers on Dark. And it seems like they're making a meal here of the Natural Nightmares, who have been a team for longer. As you see Dustin here stalking his brother Cody. Massive clothesline taking him down. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Cody able to kick out. Be interesting what does happen with this, you know. I mean, moving forward, Shawn Spears has tried to align with the Butcher and the Blade. It didn't work. He tried to align with the Revolt and it didn't work. And so far it has worked ever so slightly with Cody. But to be honest, at the same time, it hasn't been outstanding. How much of a future there is for these two as a team, I've got no idea. But there's the crossroads by Cody on Dustin. There's the pin as Shawn Spears takes QT Marshall up on the shoulders. And there is the win. Wow, okay. Maybe I take it all back. Maybe there is a future for Spears and Cody here. So, Shawn Spears was on -1. That now puts him up to a 0. QT Marshall gets himself his 3rd loss, which puts him joint bottom of the rankings. Dustin Rhodes goes down to a -2. And Cody is going to move up to a +3 in the rankings. Wow. Yeah, my question would be, along the sort of lines of whether we see these two guys potentially as a tag team that we'll see fight in the tag team division, or whether potentially we see them as just an alliance. 2 guys willing to help each other out. That's going to be the question, but I would admit at the moment, Spears and Cody are actually sitting joint top of the rankings alongside the Lucha Brothers and the current champion's best friend. So maybe that's something we'll have to have a look at Fight for the Fallen, you know. Maybe that is. Right then, here we go. Main event of the evening. Two Goliaths collide. Brodie Lee versus Lance Archer. The winner will move on to the semi-finals of the TNT Championship Tournament. Should be an interesting one. And of course, the winner of this will face off against the winner of our match on Dark that I spoke about earlier on between Cody and Kenny Omega. As Brodie Lee heading up top. Not normal for Brodie to go this high risk, but wow. It paid off with a big splash. And it's a 2 count already for Brodie Lee. The leader of the Dark Order looks to be really on it here tonight. Just launching Lance Archer across the ring. Brodie's on it. Currently Brodie sat on +2 in the rankings. Lance Archer sat on +1. So if Lance was to lose here, he would go down to 0 in the rankings. Which wouldn't be ideal for him. There's a nice clothesline to the back there by Archer on Brodie Lee, bringing Brodie back up to a standing base. Nice clubbing blow across the back. Into the pin now, 1. Only a 1 count. Lance Archer now bringing Brodie down flat and stamps on the hand. And again, wow, brutal. Archer now dropping a knee right in the inside of the leg. That's really painful, that, to have a knee dropped right there. I mean, it looks a bit it looks a little bit low blowish as well. That's the words I was trying to get out. Ugh, got a bit of a cough going still. I'm still missing the tooth, by the way. I think I've just got a bit better at talking now. I just see Jake Roberts there getting his client back to his feet. Ready, and he was ready for Brodie. Look at that, there's a crowd at a wrestling show. How great is that going to be when that happens again? Brodie now just dropping Archer, brings him back up to his feet. Into the ring. Brodie slides back in as well. I mean, Brodie's looking great here tonight. I mean, Archer has struggled, but now Archer with a double-handed choke slam. And Archer all of a sudden picking up some momentum. The problem I have at the moment, you know, is that I've put so many strong people in this TNT Championship Tournament that I've got no idea who's going to face off against Pac for the AEW Championship. At the moment, highest ranked is Moxley, but Moxley is into the next round of this as well, is he? Yeah, it's Moxley versus Angelico in the semi-finals. And it just seems odd to give somebody who's been beaten the opportunity. I mean, the highest ranked person who's not part of this tournament is... Well, Cody can't do it. Hangman Page? No, he's through, is he? No, Hangman Page got knocked out, didn't he? Yeah, by Jericho. It's Hangman Page and EC3 are the next highest up. Yeah. Yeah, they're involved. Oh no, Jake Hager is also +2 in the rankings, as is MJF now. Oh, there is some options here then, as there's a submission here locked in by Brodie Lee. I mean, Archer is blatantly touching the rope there. The referee's not for some reason allowing that as a rope break. I think as time goes on over the next couple of weeks, we'll sort of plan things out. Once we know who's going further in the TNT Championship Tournament, we maybe start up some sort of triple threat or fatal four-way to really see who's going to be top of those rankings. And ready for the match of Double or Nothing in the main event against Pac. Archer sending Brodie into the corner. Big elbow by Brodie. Lance avoided it. Catches Brodie in that Wow, that submission, he just got like a claw locked in, pushing the pressure point to Brodie, but the Exalted One getting back up to his feet. Brodie Lee now taking Archer up. Sit out powerbomb. Wow. That is incredible strength to be able to pick up Brodie and drop him like that. There's the knee in the gut, followed up by the big discus lariat by Brodie Lee here on Lance Archer. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Brodie Lee, the Exalted One, picks up the win here over Lance Archer and moves into the semi-finals of the TNT Championship Tournament. The Exalted One, Brodie Lee, looking great here tonight, and Lance Archer's up, and interesting, Lance Archer offering a handshake here to the Exalted One. Now that would be a hell of an alliance if that came to fruition, I'll tell you that. Anyway, that's the end of tonight's show of AEW. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit a like and of course subscribe if you would like to see some more. We are going to be back in a few days' time with AEW's Dark, and we'll find out who will be facing Brodie Lee in that second semi-final, either Cody or Kenny Omega. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.